channel Skill Snap, and today I'm here with another problem that is contains duplicate. So let's get started with the problem. This is our DSA series and we are on the second day today. So it is an easy problem. Okay, there's given an integer array nums and written true if any value appears at least twice in the array, and return false if every element is distinct. Okay, so the examples they have given is, let's say there's an input array which I'm giving, that is nums is 1, 2, 3 and 1. And if I have any number which is repeating at least twice, or are there any multiple occurrences of a number, or there are duplicate numbers in an array, I should return true. Okay. And if there are no duplicate numbers in the array, like if you see the example number 2, that is sample input and output given, where nums is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I don't have anything repeating here like in the above example. So I am going to return false, and all elements are distinct here. But whereas you can see in the example 1, it is like 1, 2, 3 and 1. You can see 1 which is repeating in the first index and as well as the last index. So we have to return true. This is the question. And how do you even like get, how do we approach it? So first thing is, the first approach which comes to my mind when I think of a solution for this problem is, I will use two loops. Let's say one loop starts from index 0 and one loop starts from index 1, and I will iterate the loops throughout the length of the array and find out if there's anything, if there's anything the same thing, if there's anything same, the same number is repeating, or there's a duplicate element. So this approach is really easy, simple and fine. But the only problem with this approach is it runs in O of n square. So because I'm using two loops here. Okay, so do you think it is a, an efficient solution? No, right? So let's think a little more. Okay, then instead of using two loops, what if I sort the array? If I sort the array, I will get all the elements in either ascending or descending order. Now, my solution would be, I will compare the first element with its next element, or I will compare the adjacent elements. So, I will come to know whether the whether the nums contains duplicate numbers or not. For example, if I sort the nums array given in the example 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, if I sort the array, I will get as 1, 1, 2 and 3. Now, if I compare both the elements, the first and the second element, I am getting, the 1 is equal to 1. So, there's a duplicate element and I can return true and exit from the loop. So, this is the second approach. Now, this approach is also good enough, but the problem here comes with the sorting. Now, if I either use a custom sorting technique, or if I use the normal inbuilt sorting functionality, I still have the time complexity as O of n log n, which is again not really efficient. It is efficient, but it is not much encouraged. Like, you can still break down the problem, and you can still get that to O of n. So the third approach would be using a hash set. Yes, what exactly is a hash set? Basically, set is something where you cannot enter duplicate values. So even if you have duplicate values in the list, if you're trying to convert the list into the set, it will not take duplicate values. It will only give you, the unique values. So how will I use this hash set to get my problem solved is, I will take a hash set, I will create a hash set, and I will try to insert the elements from the list to the hash set. So what happens is, I will use a logic where if my element, or if the number I'm trying I'm getting from the list and trying to insert into hash set, if the number is existing, then my loop will break and I will return true. If the number does not exist, I will simply add that to the hash set. So this is what is happening. If the number doesn't exist, I'm adding it. And Now the second number comes. So for example, let's take the example 1. Firstly, there's number 1. I mean, at index 0 it is 1. I will take my hash set, insert 1 into that. Next, first I will check the hash set is empty, so I'll insert 1. Now if you take the number 2, now I'll again check the hash set whether there's number 2. No, the number 2 is not there, so I will add 2. Next I'll check for 3. 3 is also not there, I will add 3. Now my hash set contains 1, 2 and 3. Now again in the list I have 1. Now when I check in the hash set, I already have 1. So my loop will break and I will return true from here. So let's get started with the coding part. Said we have to take a hash set. So we have the function hash set of, since all of them are integers, I'm going to take a hash set of integers, and let's say I give it a name h is equal to new hash set. Okay, so sorry. Now what will be the thing is, I'm going to use a loop, and for every number in nums array, so all of them are integers, so for every num in nums array, if my hash set contains that number, I am simply going to return true from here. Else, if my hash set does not contain that number, I will simply add the number and I will return false. Okay, let's try running the code. Okay, there's a compilation error. What's happening? Okay, I forgot to close this. Okay, anyways. Okay, all of the test cases passed, and let's try submitting our code. Wow, it beats 72%. That's cool, anyways. So, what will be the time complexity of the solution? It will be often. And what will be the space complexity? The space complexity will also be often because we are using a hash set here. So, yes, and let's assuming the size of the nums array is n. So that's it for the video, and keep watching Skill Snap, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and do comment on what you would like further in our YouTube channel, like what kind of videos or what kind of content you would like, on what technologies or what things. Until then, bye bye.